How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Happy it's a Friday.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for willing to talk again.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
How have you been the last like 8 months or whatever?
Oh, I'm good. Just getting by. It's been a little crazy over here, but it's, still things are still moving and grooving. So,
hmm
yeah.
I think the only like new thing on my end is I've gotten way more tattoos. So I have
Oh, hell
Oli-
yeah.
Olivia from Fire Emblem,
Oh, I love Olivia.
you know,
Oh, cute.
Aira. Uh, so
Oh my gosh, you got a lot of tattoos.
and I just got Aoife
Oh,
too.
I love Aoife. Oh my gosh, when they like revealed Aoife's design, I was like, Katiana, right? Me and Katiana literally just like thirst over Hoyo characters like in our DM. So they revealed Aoife and we were like, oh my gosh.
Are you the same way with the current Star Rail guys too?
Oh
Like the most
yes.
recent ones? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We went through a phase where we were like so into Mr. Rekka. Like that was like forever ago, right? But we were like so into Mr. We were like, this freak is so hot. And we were like so into him. But hopefully he'll be playable someday because I love him. And then I'm like, Finan is really cute too. Love Mighty. It's like it's so weird though, because sometimes it's like our friends voice them.
Right.
So I'm like we're pretty tight with Gabe, so we're like, oh, that's Gabe though.
Yeah. What about when however you pronounce it, Ikithner came out in Fire Emblem Heroes. It was like part of
Oh
the Flame
yeah, oh
League.
my God,
Yeah.
yeah, he's so hot too. Like I was literally saying this to one of my directors the other day. I was like, it's becoming a problem because I've been like thirsting after like all these dudes in my sessions. Like I was working on Gundam recently
Yep.
and G Clocks, which has a couple episodes out, and like every session I was like, oh my God, Shalia Bull, like, oh. It was really, it's bad. It's bad. I'm just like, and like I'm a thirsty mother. I just love hot guys, you know?
You're right. Yeah. What did you think about to how the whole story ended up with Hathorn?
Oh, it's pretty good. I haven't played it yet, so I need to
Okay.
play it. I need to play it still. I'm like so behind on all my video games. But I was really excited that she got the New Year skin with Ratatoskr.
Sure.
Because me and Mads are really good friends, so we're like, oh my God, we got a dual skin together. So yeah, that's been really cool. And then I know some of my friends are in like the new arc of the story too. So
Oh yeah, Sam and Epi. Yep.
yeah. We were like talking about that last night, and I haven't played the story yet. Like I haven't even. I'm so behind, like I said. But I was like, she was talking about it, like what's been out so far, and I was like, oh, I was under the impression it was like Ace Attorney because of all the memes. Like I thought that's like what it was. Like I was like, oh, I thought you were like a lawyer in the game. So yeah.
I'm sure it's been even more like maybe not nervous, but exciting with Skirk's release and all that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I literally like was so excited when the drip marketing dropped because I hadn't seen the drip marketing yet. And they don't show that to you in your sessions, so I was like, "Oh my God, finally we got drip." And she looks so good. Like her new design, I was like, "Mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. So good."
I know you mentioned in the first conversation that when you saw her that you got like a visceral feeling that you would end up getting her.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was like I don't know, I'm sure I talked about this back then, but it's like sometimes you like see a character and you're like, yeah, I think I'll book this. And like sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but like when you do, you're like, yeah, yeah. But yeah, like when they showed her art, or I don't even remember what it was on the sides, and I like saw her and I was like, yeah, I think I could do this one.
With relating to her too, is it more of just like playing a character, or is there stuff that you can hone in on?
I mean, like I had a really good discussion about this the other day with someone where it was like, I think it's cool because like our characters that we play are so different from us, but at the same time, it's like I think it was like Allegra said this somewhere in some interview, how it's like it's basically like you're filling in the blanks with
Mhm.
your own like perspective and that kind of thing. So like especially after doing like, what's gonna come out in 5.7, I'm like I put a lot of myself into that as well. Even though like her first impressions of her from what was it 4.2, she's very like stoic and like cold, and but like there's a lot more than meets the eye, so it's like getting to do like flesh her out a lot in like her playable stuff was really cool because like I got to put a lot of, I mean, not that I didn't put myself into it when she had her like what two scenes in 4.2, but like now I get to like really, it's nice when you get to spend a lot of time with a character and like really flesh them out and make them your own.
Mhm. Did you also find yourself going to any kind of dark headspace with her, or not really?
I like don't want to say any spoilers, but like I'll say like there was like kind of, I won't give anything away though because of spoilers. So, but like yes, kind of. We shall see.
What do you think about at least what's been known so far about her relationship with Child?
Oh, I mean like I love their like the beams around it are so funny, and then like I mean the scene where she just throws him into the like abyss portal is like so silly. And I mean I've always been a Child fan like ever since I was when I first played back in like 1.0 in like 2020. I was like, oh, this guy's so cute. I mean, as I'm sure a lot of people felt or feel currently, and like I think he's such a silly character, so it's funny to be like his master, but also being like this guy's just showed up one day and like I guess I let him follow me around kind of thing. So I think like there's more to it that we'll get to see, I'm sure eventually, and hopefully also there will be, more down the line for sure.
Mhm. In terms of developing her voice too, was it completely your own idea to come up with, or was it any based off the like, other languages?
Oh, we don't even hear the other languages like in the auditions. And then when we're recording, they don't play us any of the CN, the J, or the
Okay.
Korean. So yeah, it was pretty much all my own. And like I think when they're casting, I'm sure like they try to match it up in terms of tone and vibe. But yeah, when I saw her art originally on the audition, I was like, oh, she's definitely, and they like made it very clear she's very stoic, she's very like aloof. So I went in my like lower, not like complete lower range, but definitely lower range. And like it was interesting because back in that session, like we were working, and my director Chris was, we were just talking about like how she was kind of just like annoyed that all this was happening. So he was like, I want to see that. Like she was just trying to train, and then all this like shit is going down, which I think is funny and gives you like a perspective of like how powerful she is, because like Fontaine is like literally, going to shit, and then like she's like, I literally was just trying to swing my sword around, and now like my master's pet is like on a rampage. It's so annoying. Like, so I thought that was funny, but yeah, it's cool to like, because we definitely like for my sessions for 5.7, I literally was like watching those scenes in my like the couple, like when I would park my car at the studio and then I'd like pull them up because I'd be like, oh my God, I have to like remember what I even did because it's been what, 2 years, a year and a half, however long it's been. And like, yeah, my director was telling me too, and this, I was like, make sure you watch it just so we can get the vibe back and like keep that like like hardness to her. But I think like I said, they flesh her out a lot, so we explore a lot more than that, which I think is cool.
Yeah, it does sound. I mean, you can tell that it's your voice, but it's more, I don't know, biting.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely because my natural voice is not, I wouldn't say high pitched, it's pretty, but I definitely don't talk like her. IRL. I'm like, her and I are very different. Because she's, very, very flat right here, and I'm like, all over the place all the time. So, but like you said, when we were talking about, putting parts of ourselves into our characters. Like there's definitely a lot of me in there that hopefully people will see and appreciate.
It's also cool how even already there's a good amount of lore around her. What are those called? The like Kai and Rhea line of like mysterious people, like her
Oh yeah,
master.
the
Yeah,
sinners. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Because Sirtology is Suter. Oh my God, I like always forget how to pronounce it. I was like asking for pronunciation like every session. Sirtology is such a mysterious figure, and I thought it was so interesting too because like in the 4.2 scenes, like she's literally like, "Do you know this guy? Do you know this guy? Okay, what about this guy?" And I was like, she definitely has a lot going. She knows a lot that the player doesn't. I think that's as like a. I mean, I don't play Genshin as much these days,
okay.
but when I was and in any game, I'm like a lore player, so like that kind of stuff is very exciting to me for sure. When they're like, "Ooh, who are these people? What does this mean?" And like, I love Condria. I love Dainsleif. I'm the biggest Dainsleif fan of all time. So like, I'm like, oh, I love Condria stuff.
Hmm. This is a well, I guess we sort of touched on this a little bit, but already. But has there been any difficulty like getting into her headspace because she's harder to relate to, or not as much?
Oh, definitely. Like I think like 4.2, I definitely we took a bit to find her for sure. And like that was like for not many lines. That was like 40 or so lines. But like I don't know, this time, even though it had been so long since I had done her doing this upcoming patch, I was like, oh no, like I got into it right away. I felt like I was really locked in for this one. I don't know why. I don't know like why sometimes like you go right in and you're like, I'm locked in, I know what's up. And sometimes you go in and you're like, I cannot figure out this character and it takes some time. But for this time I was like, oh yeah, like I like here and there we would have to like check on the voice and stuff, but for the most part it was pretty easy to get into her this time. But yes, for the most part it's like, I think as an actor whenever we go in studio we kind of like, it's literally just playing pretend. So it's like, which I grew up playing Barbies and dolls and literally like role playing and stuff as a kid. So it's like, it's easy to get in, or maybe you just have to be like a very imaginative, crazy person and like get into that headspace and stuff. And so usually when I step into the studio, it's pretty quickly like, I try to like adopt the stance that they would do. So like, I don't know, with Skirk, I always had like, I remember she kind of has her arms crossed. So I would do that a lot when I was doing the lines and like whenever I'm doing battle stuff, you actually swing the sword or you like, to cast the spell, whatever the character is doing and, in anything. Um, so like, yeah, I guess not to be like, oh, I've been doing this 5 years now, but it's easier than it was back then to like jump into that headspace and immediately like, because I find that even sometimes once I get into the character, I start like I start having their voice more in my natural like speaking, where they'll like we'll go on break and I'll be like a little more quieter, like a little more, not as jumpy as I usually am, just because I'm like in that zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think there's any parallels between her and Nihilo?
Milo? Oh my gosh. I guess like just being like uber powerful and like I think the confidence of I definitely like the voices were very similar when I did those. I think Nihilo has a lot of like a lot more motives for what she's doing, whereas Skirk has, well, yeah, I can't. It's hard because actually I could relate them, but I can't say because it's related to stuff that isn't out yet. So I will let you figure. I will let you see that on your own.
What about at least with what we've heard so far? Do you have single favorite lines for her from those 4.2?
Literally like her liner. She's like, oh my God, how does it go? I was like, I something about like speaking to the weak. I only like I don't
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when I was like, damn, she's kind of hard with it. Um and like you know, I didn't expect my disciple and my master's pet to start brawling in the meantime. I'm like, okay, she's like over it. but there's like hopefully people enjoy the lines coming up because I had a lot of fun doing them. So hopefully there's some lines in there that people really enjoy.
Mhm. Are there like other characters in earlier regions that you'd like to see her interact with, even if it might never happen?
Oh my gosh, let me think. I mean, like, this is not an earlier region, but like, me and Katiana are such close friends that I'm like, I want the girlies to interact. Cause, like, we were talking about this, like, she's fire and like, Skirk
Right.
is cryo, fire and ice, you know? So we're like, oh my God, we're like, two sides of, and they're like, you know, very extremely powerful, hot ladies. In terms of like older, I'd love to see her like interact with Farina because I think that would be just funny because they're just completely different people. And I would really love to see her interact with Dainsleif because I love Dainsleif.
Mhm. But what was the when back when you were playing it, what was the furthest that you got up, like the last time that you were playing it?
I think I got to Sumeru because and then I like,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, so I'm like very behind. I do want to play again though. I want to catch up because I really want to get to Natlan. But I stopped myself because I was spending too much money on the game and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this because I need to save my money. I was talking to my director the other day and he was like talking about how much he spent on the game and I was like, holy shit, Chris, that's crazy. But you know, yeah, yeah, sometimes you gotta wail, you know, for the good
Mhm.
characters.
Yeah. Well, it does sound. Do you keep up on lore then, even though you don't play?
Oh yeah, I definitely keep up on the lore. I like watch other people play it. I just don't play it myself as much, but I definitely watch other people play it and I like to like see where the story is going, especially when it's like, you know, the later patches of the, you know, the arc and like when they start getting back into the Conria stuff and the like, you know, whole scope of the story. That's really exciting. And then um I love yeah, I just love watching the lore of it all and I really like the character designs and I thought like I loved Fontaine's story so much and like I like Natlan's story and I'm very excited for Nod Cry, so we'll see what goes down over there.
Mhm. Do you have a favorite harbinger?
Oh my gosh. Let me think. Oh my gosh, that's so hard. I like Is it like weird if is his name Pietro or no, the oldest one, the
Oh,
leader?
yeah.
Is that bad that I'm like, ooh, the older man? I just think he's like, you know, he's like cool and like I'm like, but also I love Child because Child, and then I think they're also cool. I love Arlecchino too because she's like hot mommy and but yeah, the leader, I'm like, also he's voiced by like my old coach, like my
Oh
mentor when
yeah.
I first started. So I was like, I remember when he like when they the like Winter Nights Lazo came out, I was like, Richard, you're in Genshin. But yeah, no, he did a great job. I'm excited to. I hope he shows up soon, and like whenever we get to Sneznaya, I hope he's in that, and like it'll be cool to see where the Harbingers go. I like. I hope they all show up in Nod Cry.
Hmm. It is maybe you've caught this too, but I know where maybe it surpassed it now, but Skirk's drip marketing has almost as many likes as Arlecchino's does, or it's like
Oh
about to surpass
wow.
it. Yeah.
Let's go. I mean, she's so cool. Like, how could you not love the drip? I mean, the drip marketing is so cool too, because it was like the dark background and then like the lore behind it. Because I think it was like the Pseudology and the V name guy.
Could
Oh
be
my God.
one, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, they were like talking. I was like, whoa, this is so like, ooh. I know people were like, ooh, will Child or Pseudology do the drip? And I was like, I have no idea. I'm so excited to see. Yeah. So it was really cool. And that's like, they dropped that. And I was like, oh my God, it's here.
So one thing that I've done with every Genshin review is um Zhongli's Osmanthus wine line. I asked the person to say it as their character if you're willing to do that.
Oh, oh, hell yeah. Do you have the line on here? I can pull it up.
I can put it in chat, yeah.
Okay, sick. All right, here we go. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memories? Woo!
Yeah, for some reason, people always like to key in on that. It's been the case for the last like 4 years.
That's so funny. It's such a good line. I mean, I
Is child
remember.
like
Oh, sorry. What were you
is
saying?
child like is child your like single favorite like husband from Genshin then?
Oh, I think Dainsleif is. I think Dainsleif. I was like, I loved Child before I was Skirk, but then like I took on that role and I was like, well, that's like baby. That's baby boy. Like I can't. That's a baby. So Dainsleif girly for life. And then I really like who else is there? Let me think. Oh, I love Nicolette. I love
Oh
Nicolette.
yeah.
And Risley. Oh my god. Fontaine had the hotties, that's for sure.
Is there something that you want to say to the Skirk fandom?
um hmm. I hope you guys enjoy 5.7 and good luck on your polls. And I will also be wishing myself good luck on my polls because I will be pulling for her. And knowing my luck, when I have terrible luck with pulling my own characters because I tried pulling for Misha way back when, and he's a 4 star and I couldn't even pull him. It took so many tries. So hopefully I pull Skirk. And also thank you for loving her as much as I do. And yeah, I hope you enjoy.
How do you think how do you think Skirk would react to finding out that she has a fan base for herself?
She'd be like, why? She'd be like, okay. I think I mean, she'd be like, well, that's weird because people are not supposed to know I exist. So
Oh
that's
right.
weird. Okay.
So I know outside of Gundam, I know that one of your other most recent projects were the Trails games.
Yeah. I loved working on Trails. It was, yeah, I mean, working on the like trio of games that are, I know the third one's coming out soon. Um that was so fun as Marielle and Hermes, however I can't even remember. I'm so bad at pronouncing things and like they'll tell me in the session and then I'll just like forget later. But yeah, voicing them so much fun. Love Marielle, such a silly character. And then like they recently announced that the Trails in the Sky remake. Yeah, they booked me on that, and I was like, I looked her up, and I was like, they would book me on this silly journalist. But I'm very excited to play that game because I've always wanted to like get into the series from the first one, but I just like didn't get a chance to play, the original version. So it'll be cool to play that, and then like I had so much fun voicing Dorothy. Like me and my director were like laughing at every single line. Like it was such a silly session and it's cool too cuz my friend plays Niall, so we were
Yeah.
like we're like, "Oh my gosh," when they announced everything, we're like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy." Yeah, so it's cool seeing like who of my friends was announced the other day too. But yeah, I'm so excited for that remake to come out.
I'm sure that maybe it's more on the horizon, but that especially once Skirk is out, that you'll be doing conventions pretty regularly.
Yeah, I'd love to. If conventions will have me, I'm sure there's probably some stuff coming up in the future, like year or two, that hopefully will get more conventions. I'm not sure like if conventions are like super big in bringing Genshin people anymore, but would love to go to some conventions if they're looking for Genshin people.
Is there anything? Well, this I'm sure this is obvious, but I'm sure there's nothing else that's like upcoming that you're part of you can safely talk about.
No, unfortunately, it's like the life of a voice actor is just like sitting on like a million things and being like, oh, I have to wait so long. But there's like a couple things that I've been sitting on forever. And I'm like, any day now, guys, any day. Because they never tell you when things are coming out. Like you'll finish your session and they'll be like, all right, bye. And then you'll leave and you'll be like, well, I guess they'll announce it when they announce it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm excited for things that there's some things I worked on that I care very, very deeply about that I'm very excited to see come to light. So,
I do want to just personally say too that it is whenever I get to talk to voice actors in the industry that are around my age but are younger than me and have already accomplished so much like you have, it's just really commendable. So I just wanted to tell you that.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
so sweet.
thanks for willing to talk again.
Yeah, of course. It's always fun talking to you.
Hope you have a good rest of your day then.
All right, bye.
Bye.